Hi.
Okay, I thought you are Ukrainian. Who? So your wife is
No,
Ukrainian,
no, no, no. I'm Jewish.
and you are Jewish,
Yes, I'm Jewish.
and but you are American Jew, not Ukrainian Jew or Russian Jew.
Well, I live in the United States, so I must be a American Jew, right? Kind of
Well, I'm asking you because there are
makes
all
sense.
there are all kinds. I'm trying to I'm trying to create
What do you
conversation.
mean?
If you think that I'm
Well, yeah, I
looking,
mean, there's Orthodox Jews, I suppose. Yeah, you're right.
I'm not trying to. I'm trying to understand who you are. Okay.
Okay.
So what you're doing for living in the United States?
I work.
Okay, so you don't want to talk.
No, I didn't say. You asked, what do I do for a living? I said I work. You mean what's my profession?
Yeah, it's
I service
isn't that
medical
what it
equipment.
means? I thought it means what exactly you're doing. Not because all people work. I mean, some people are using all kind of.
I service medical equipment.
Okay,
Uh, what do you do for a living?
I'm a computer programmer.
So in IT.
Yes,
Mm. So binary, that's all you.
binary.
Yeah, binary is like ones and zeros and
No, I use high-level computer languages. I don't use low-level. Binary is low-level computer languages. I know some of them. I know, but I don't use them.
but you must know it to do everything else.
No, I don't have to know. It's good to
You must
know. It's good
understand.
to know to be a good professional, but
You must understand it, don't you? You must
I understand
understand
it.
where in IT.
I don't.
That's
I
where the
don't must
IP.
understand it. No.
Well, that's where the IP comes from. And Mac.
IP and Mac come from binary.
Yeah.
Binary is just system of counting.
Mm.
Human use tens system of counting. In the in the computer is a binary. So to
Right. But
an IP or
so
MAC address is just a number. It could be represented in binary
but
and
it's
could be
based.
represented in decimal.
Right, right. But that's what I mean. To under to get your IP address, you must understand the binary. If someone tells you, they can tell you in binary, and it would mean exactly the same thing as an IP address.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I can interpret it in binary or decimal or whatever. So
Right,
listen, what state you are in? Or city?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Hey, I have like a Russian Ukrainian blog. Do you mind if I will record you for my blog?
I don't care.
Okay, thank you.
What's your blog about?
Unfortunately, mostly about politics. Unfortunately, because I would prefer to speak kind of about fun stuff, about life,
What,
but
what exactly? What kind of politics stuff?
mostly Ukrainian-Russian war. Sometimes I speak with people like with American. I speak about politics of Trump, economy. Sometimes economy, kind
So,
of
what do you think about this?
global
So, what
economy.
do you think about this new proposal that um, been made to Ukraine?
Okay, so yeah, I have some thoughts, but I will tell you, I guess, some stipulations. So I very
Mhm.
briefly read it, and I understand that it's not a real. It's kind of a intent proposal because they didn't leak it. They leaked for public just kind of items. They didn't look detailed proposal. But
Sure.
I personally think it's very beneficial. It's excellent proposal for Ukraine, excellent for Ukraine, and it's good, or maybe even very good, not excellent, but very good for Russia. And when I say Ukraine and Russia, I mean people of Ukraine and people of Russia.
So, tell me
For
this. So,
government,
in
And I don't care. I
So
don't care about that.
so in this proposal, it states that Ukraine has to lower their military to 600,000 people. Ukraine should give all of the weapons back to the Western civilization. Ukraine cannot produce their own weapons. And in case Russia attacks Ukraine again, then Western civilization will
It will be cancelled.
come.
This peace
What?
agreement will be cancelled, right?
No, Ukraine will. Western civilization will consult Ukraine in the future actions. So how's that good for Ukraine? Didn't Ukraine already do that in 1996? Didn't Ukraine already give up their weapons in 1996?
Yes, they did.
So how is this not 2.0?
Yeah, I guess it is 2.0.
Do you have any kids?
Yes. You?
Okay,
Do you?
I do. So I got a question for you. So, do you want to leave this world to your kids when every country in the world has a nuclear weapon?
Of course not. I would prefer
No.
limited amount of
Would you?
I would
Do
prefer
you want to
limited
leave?
amount of countries have a limited
Okay.
nuclear weapon.
Okay. Do you want to leave your kids in a world where bigger country can go into a smaller country and attack and start a war and take away a piece of land?
Of course.
So return back to like 1600s.
1600.
16, 17, where kings were able to go and attack another country and take land over.
So listen, you know, I will say, of course, I want my kids to live in a perfect, ideal world. But I know it's not gonna happen. World is not ideal.
But there's a reason I'm asking.
There are criminals on the street. Do you wanna live in?
But there's a reason I'm asking.
Okay. So what I see that you have some kind of a strong opinion. Could you just stay a strong opinion without beating bush around?
Yeah. So if we do not support Ukraine and Ukraine does not gain every inch of their land back, then we will leave this world for our kids in such a shithole that they will hate us for the rest of our life and their life.
Why our kids will hate us?
Because we will leave them the world where every country will be afraid of another country attacking, especially nuclear country. And then every country will develop their own nuclear weapons, and no one in the world will say, I will defend you. You cannot have a nuclear weapon because first thing that country is going to do, they're going to bring up Ukraine.
Okay, hold on. You said you have kids, right?
Yes.
Okay. So here, listen. You. What does it mean help to Ukraine? What do you mean help Ukraine? Because it's very vague word. It could be very small help. It could be very big help. What do you mean help to Ukraine?
Give them everything they are asking for.
Who are there? Who are?
Ukraine wants tomahawks.
What does Ukraine wants? Ukraine is a country. Country doesn't want
Ukraine
shit.
wants tomahawks.
No.
We should ask how many do you need?
You see, okay, so here's a misconception. Let me explain it. Ukraine is a country, is a fucking land, the same like United States. It doesn't want shit. But there are people who want something. People want usually peace. And there is a ruler, there is a government of one ruler.
Have you ever been to Ukraine?
Huh?
Have you ever been to Ukraine?
Yes.
Where?
Kiev.
Have you ever been to eastern part of Ukraine?
Yes,
Where?
Donbass.
What is Donbass to you?
No, not much. Not much. Not that,
What is it?
not that important area.
What is it?
Donetsk, I saw it the same like Kiev. For me, it looked like kind of Kiev.
So first you must understand what Donbass is. Right?
Okay, you're switching. Let me explain you. So when you're saying whatever Ukraine wants, it basically means whatever government wants. And I said government wants necessarily not what people want, unfortunately, especially in this war. So both governments, Ukraine and Russia, they want, I believe, they want very different things that people want. So, and when you say whatever Ukraine asks for, you know what Ukraine really need? People.
What's that?
People. Because Ukrainians are dying at front. How would you say if Ukraine asks for people and United States will send you? What you will say then? When you will be in a trench, in the dirt, covered in blood?
I will say glory to Ukraine.
So you will be okay to go in a trench?
Most definitely.
Most
If United
so
States,
why you didn't go
United
then?
States,
Do you
United
want me to
States
pay? I can
funding
pay
it.
for your ticket. Let's agree about condition. I will pay for your ticket. You will go to Ukraine. I will pay for
If
air
United
ticket
States,
and I will pay for train for you to go to Kiev
if
and enlist.
if United States sends me there, I will go.
You all say if. Okay. So you see the key. What I'm trying to say. Okay, let's. I a little bit. It's actually a sensitive subject for me, so I'm a little bit taking it personally. But I will explain you. Currently, Ukrainian people are dying. And when you send more weapons, it means, yeah, they will kill more enemies. But it will be continuation of war and more people will die. And amount of Ukrainians are very small actually. So quantity of people, population, is small. They dying
60
out.
million people.
Huh?
60 million.
16.
All around
I'm
the
glad
world.
you said the number because I thought about 20 millions. But half of this, 10 millions of already retirees. So 65 and above, it's a 10 millions. 10 other millions is children, women and men.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So it's not a lot of people over there. They also need to work, they need to provide their families. So that's why I think continuation of the war is deadly. So I say if government wanna continue the war, or even I would say governments, Ukrainian governments, Russian governments, Western governments, and hey, let's throw Chinese government. Send your fucking people over there and let them fight. And who doesn't wanna fight, don't let them to fight.
Sure, how old are you?
Well, I'm above 50. You?
You're about 50. I'm 40.
Have you been in the military?
No. But have you read history books?
Yes,
Have you
I'm
ever
more like
picked up-
engineer, I'm not historian, but yeah, I read some.
Right. Right. Well, I'm not a historian either. But let me remind you, there was this guy from Austria that moved to Germany. Then he went and saved his people in Austria. And then the world said, well, we'll let you keep that land so you can be happy, buddy.
Good
You
example.
can be free.
I mean, bad example. I mean, good
Wait.
example, bad situation. Yeah.
You're a great person. Let's do peace with you. And where did it lead us? I think we all know.
So you think
It
that
ended in 1945 and ended with the two nuclear bombs. No, if the world wouldn't have said that we are gonna be happy with that and be okay with that, then maybe that war wouldn't have pushed out further out.
Okay, by the way, if you read in those, I open up those, let's go back to those 28 point proposal. I understand you. So it's actually say robust, it's number 5, robust NATO-style security guarantees for Ukraine. US-led commitment to decisive coordinated military response if Russia invades again. Voiding territorial deals. Listen, that's good. That's good.
How so? How so? What does that mean? Does that mean that the United States what? Where's the military going to be? Is the military going to be in Ukraine? Or is it going to be 24, 48 hours away?
Okay, let me ask you then. So why do you think the United States and Europe, who have thousands of planes, thousands of tanks, much more people, so they can assemble a huge army, more than 1 million of people, pretty easily, right? Why is this so far, for these 4 years, they didn't enter Ukraine and they beat shit out of Russia and even took the bunch of Russian territory to compensate? Why it didn't happen?
Because there was this country called Soviet Union who thought they were great. And they went to Afghanistan, right? They fought for 10 years, I believe. But then something went down called oil, and Soviet Union fell apart. It went bankrupt. We don't need to start a full war, but we can break Russia apart. We can bankrupt them.
Okay, if you not answer why Western military didn't enter in Ukraine, inside of Ukraine, and beat a shit of Russia, why they didn't do it for those 4 years?
Because they were afraid of nuclear weapons.
Exactly. They was afraid of nuclear weapons. So here's answering your question: why number 5 in those agreements there is no NATO inside of Ukraine? Because it will be nuclear response.
But what is going to stop? What is later going to prevent United States not to be afraid of Russia again?
Okay, so
we signed the deal. What?
So you basically you want continuation of
Ukraine
war.
signs the deal. Hold on. Ukraine signs the deal. Russia enters back into Ukraine a year later, right? With the full strength. What is the United States going to do?
Well, number 5.
Today,
if Russia invites, listen, if Russia invites again, military response.
How so?
No, it's saying this agreement.
How so? Are they giving details? We are going to bomb the shit out of Russia? Are they saying that? Are they saying we are gonna bomb from and we're gonna burn Russia all the way down? Are they stating that? Can Ukraine trust the United States and Western
trust or not trust, it's not sustainable war anymore. Ukraine is currently losing. People are dying. And quantity of people are dying maybe it's big, but it maybe doesn't sound very big by American standard because United States is a big country, but there are a lot of people who are not given birth. So like I have relatives in Ukraine whom I wish to have kids, young females, but they're not having kids right now because of the war, you know?
Yes,
so they have very low birth rate. So that's why I want this war to stop. And if you say that let's continue this war because Russia may attack again, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know, in order for Russia not to attack again, when will be peace, Ukraine should not relax. Ukraine should build democratic government with low corruption with low corruption
Can
and
Ukraine trust Russia? Didn't
strong
they?
military.
Right, but can Ukraine trust Russia?
Could any country trust any other country? Of course not.
Of course.
Could any country trust United States?
Not anymore.
And ever could?
Before 2014, yeah.
Why? US invaded bunch of countries. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but they never occupied those countries.
Whatever, it's changed the governments. Peru.
No, then.
Okay, well, fine. My point is nobody can trust anybody. Don't. Yeah, if you want a peace, prepare for war. So after the peace, Ukraine immediately should become a strong country. It should build
They
own
can't.
military.
Read. You pulled it up. They can't.
Why not?
Ukraine is not allowed to have more than
Very
600.
big army. Well, here's the thing. Listen, this is proposal agreement. Should be negotiation.
Right,
I
but they
agree.
cannot.
I agree
this
that
is
some of it kind of sketchy. I agree some of them sketchy. Hey, should be
all of it.
negotiators who
All of it is sketchy. There's nothing good for Ukraine.
I think
All
it's
of it.
good.
Ukraine
I
cannot
think it's
have
good.
more than 600,000 soldiers. Ukraine cannot produce their own military.
Do you know
Ukraine
how much
must
soldiers right now at front? Ukrainian soldiers.
They have to.
Right now,
Have
Ukraine
no
from
more.
250 to 300,000.
Listen.
So 600,000
Listen,
is enough.
They have a
600,000
well
well
military.
equipped with good weapon, it's enough.
But they cannot have any weapons. They cannot produce their weapons. They cannot take any Western weapons. Read.
I thought that can. Restriction on certain weapons. Ukraine can produce weapon. What are you talking about? Ukraine retain rights to self-defense. No, I don't see the problem.
Read
with weapons.
details.
Retain rights to self-defense. Restriction on certain weapons. It doesn't actually say what weapons.
Which weapons?
It doesn't say. At least I don't see. It again, it's a sketch. It's not.
If Ukraine is going to have a M16, great. If Russia's going to come in with a tank, what an M16 is going to do?
No, but if you see that right now tanks actually no longer a weapon. Right now, in drone war, tanks.
Ukraine cannot produce those if they sign this deal.
It doesn't say anything about drone or plane. You know, this is a start for negotiations. So should be negotiations, tough negotiations, good negotiations that kind of find the agreement. You know, Ukraine needs to ask more. And
Ukraine only has one thing they're asking for. Just one. Right? Ukraine is not asking for anything else. Just one thing. All Russian soldiers leave Ukrainian land. That's the only thing they're asking. Gone. Arrivederci.
Okay, so hey, let's understand. I understand that's you're talking about something that at least right now it's not gonna happen. In future maybe. Right now no. So like you're Jewish. Have you been in Israel?
No.
Okay. How close you to Jew community? Are you like going to synagogue or you're not really?
Not at all. I like my bacon in the morning.
Mm-hmm. So you know that do you heard about current government scandal, corruption scandal in Ukrainian government?
I heard about it. Yeah.
Apparently, and I may be wrong, 4 people from Ukrainian government ran away with a big amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
3 of them ran in Israel and 1 apparently in the United States.
Yep.
And you know what? I don't. You know, I hate that I kind of ask you if it's like I don't want to point the focus on Jews specifically because one of them not Jewish, one of them like So is it okay for foreign, and it actually happens in the United States all the time, when the foreigners
Yeah.
steal some shit in their own country, whatever country it is, come into United States and live here with a big amount of money that they stole from whatever XYZ country. And they are very rarely get prosecuted or extradited. Extradited, right?
Extradited.
Extradited. What do you think about that?
What is the question?
No,
Like,
I'm asking you.
what do you think?
I'm
Like,
asking
are
your
you trying?
opinion. Tell me your opinion about situations
Are
that
you hold
criminal
on?
steal
But,
money and come to United States and
but hold
Israel.
on. Are you trying to ask me what would I do, or are you asking me is it okay to steal money? Like, what is the point of your question?
My point of
Like,
view question is that what you think that United States very often harbor criminals and help them to avoid responsibility. Yeah, and yeah. Second question: what you could you do for again? Maybe you support
oh,
it, or if
okay.
you're against of that, that what you can do as American.
As an American, we can't do anything. We have legal justice that is um just faulty as it can be. I mean, it's horrible. I wish we could have it a bit different, but whatever. Um, that's a
You know,
different
it's a
topic.
good answer. I appreciate it actually. I
Uh, uh,
appreciate it.
that that's a good topic. What can we do? Well, Ukraine is going to have to build a good case and expedite it back to Ukraine. Now, if they are U.S. citizen,
Usually, yeah.
will will United States and how good of the attorneys that person has? How much money does he have? In another words, because
Allegedly, allegedly, $100 million
if it would have been me or you, we would have been extradited
immediately.
back to Ukraine
Yeah,
without any questions asked.
of course. But
Now,
multi-millionaires, no.
multimillionaires, unfortunately, the fact is that they have so much lawyers and such good lawyers
Yeah.
that is for us. I mean, we
They will
don't even
delay
know.
case forever, right?
Right now, in a matter of a political country, um, you know, they may have great lawyers, they may have um, a lot of money, but if between the two countries, if there is good relationship, that person might be extradited. Especially if that person is a citizen of another country, so he might be expedited.
It's what I think United States should do. It's or Israel. They should kind of take
They should.
really good look at those people and really help Ukraine to
Right,
extradite them.
right. They should, but once again, how much money is that person willing to spend not to go to jail? And how much?
A
Because
lot,
you
probably.
do understand, it's not just lawyers here that he's going to pay. It's probably lawyers in Ukraine that he's going to pay not to build a good case
Yeah, and
too,
connections too.
and connections. So I mean, from the point of, and it depends on the Ukrainian president. How much is he willing to um, take his friends down who stole money? How much is his word actually mean something? He made a speech today. Well, great, you made a speech. Prove it.
I saw that speech. I laughed when I saw
So
that. I laughed.
it, I think it's a good speech. I think he said everything right.
Yeah,
Um,
he always say everything right, but he don't do right.
but on the other side is how much he's actually willing to do what he says.
Okay, basically rumors are, and again, I don't know, I was not been in investigation, but rumors are that head of that corruption is president himself, you know. And when in that speech, in today's speech, he was speaking about justice and constitution, Ukrainian constitution violated on daily basis by Ukrainian government. So it's a joke, if you say.
How so is it violated?
People get, for me personally, most negative is closed borders. So borders are closed, and this is unconstitutional. There is a freedom of travel.
Israel closed its borders?
Not like that.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
You know what? There
They
is.
probably
We are talking
reopened them
about. We are
now.
talking about Ukrainian constitution. Let's don't bring Israel. Maybe true, maybe not. I don't know. I think not, but I don't know for sure.
Bringing an example.
Let me tell you, in Ukrainian
Not just
constitution,
in
there
Ukraine.
is an article, and it's like article 3 or 5, I forget, but like on the very top, freedom of, of travel. You're free to go whenever you want.
Yeah, but not during
And
the war.
there are international laws also about that. And
not during the war, though. You're not allowed to leave the country during the war.
I'm asking you. Okay, so that's number one. Okay, so it's what I'm telling you. Number two, they catch men of military age on the streets, throw them on the bus, and send them to front lines. Even that mobilization. No, let me finish. Even that mobilization is actually legal, and in many countries it's legal. The way they do it is highly illegal. So basically, they arrest people like on the street. There are cases when they arrest somebody walking with underage daughter. There is at least one case like that. There are ridiculous cases.
Okay, you must look what those officers are asking and why they are arresting persons. If you migrated from point A to point B, and then, every man between the age of 25, I believe, and 60 are required to register in military. Once they register, if those officers come over to you, all you have to do is just show your documentation. You show your documentation and you're free to go.
Okay, you know what? Let's just don't argue with it because I actually investigated those cases. It's just ridiculous, unconstitutional, unlawful from actually Ukrainian laws and international laws. So, I'm surprised. Maybe I don't know why you're trying to justify it, but whatever. And by the way, I just called Grok. Did Israel close borders during current Israel-Palestine war? And answer is no. Israel didn't fully close or partially closed during the Israel-Hamas war, but imposed severe restrictions. So was some restrictions. Yeah, and I'm telling you, I speak with lawyers. I have some friends who are lawyers in Ukraine, and they,
were you born in Ukraine?
Yeah, I was born in Ukraine.
Are you still a Ukrainian citizen?
Yes. Let me translate it. So how lawyer characterize current legal lawlessness. So currently in Ukraine there is legal lawlessness, legal chaos, total lack of limits and rules. Regional criminal slang for no boundaries, no rules. So that's what's going on right now in Ukraine. That's another reason why I want war to stop. Because stop of the war means return to legality. Right now it's illegal shit. It's rule only of, only strong people of the government and military. Everybody else doesn't have rights. So like you said, if you have a document, doesn't mean shit. especially if you say something against government. They actually use it
So
against people who say
my
something wrong.
brother-in-law
Mhm.
got the documentation. He registered, and when he walks down the street in Ukraine, and an officer comes over, he doesn't run away. He doesn't start mouthing off. He just opens his documentation, shows it to him, and walks away. They both say, "Have a good day,"
But
and
if
he
he
walks
doesn't
away.
have documentation.
He has a phone.
Oh yeah, actually it's true. In Ukraine, that's actually it's actually very advanced from this point of view. So they have electronic documentations almost for everything. Actually, United States is behind from this point of view. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, listen, it's a little, what you're saying. It's a little bit cherry picking, but a lot of people do not have documentations.
How's it cherry picking? I'm giving you from my
He's in the
not
military.
my
He should.
experience.
Yeah, I'm already military. Come on. Yeah, what
But
they
he's
can
not
do?
in
You
military.
enlist him again?
He's not. No, he's not in military. He's not.
He's not in military. He's in what?
He's not. But
I
he's
thought you said he's
registered.
enlisted in military already. No.
Well, every man is enlisted, right?
No.
Every man in Ukraine, like United States, is enlisted in military.
Okay, maybe
So
I
are you.
understand word enlistment then. Okay.
When you became a U.S. citizen, didn't they ask if you're willing to defend this country?
Yes.
And you said yes, correct?
So that means you enlisted.
You're enlisted in the military. Same
Yeah,
thing like you.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
So just like in Ukraine, every man, it's their job to defend the country. So every man is enlisted in military, right? So you have to register saying, "Hey, I live here. I
know that. I know the process, believe me.
So
you don't
that's
have to
it.
explain.
He shows that he went and he did his due diligence.
Oh, that he registered and they give him kind of a delay from going to front. Okay, yeah,
right.
That's work.
That's
yeah,
it.
That will work. Mm-hmm.
That's it. I mean, but if you're not registered, if you didn't do that, if you are mouthing off to an officer,
that I agree. Like, but you know what? It's a problem in Ukraine. And actually in Russia too. A lot of people are like fucking arguing with the police, with the office. Yeah, a lot of people are rude. That's actually, unfortunately, I am ashamed of it as Ukrainian. A lot of people are very,
So
that's a case when I kind of agree with the officer.
If they are doing that,
yeah,
and then his wife is in there and recording that, oh look, my husband, but he's fighting the police. Stop fighting. Show him your documentation. And if there is a problem, then walk away. But if you did not register, then it's not their fault, it's your fault. If you drive without a driver license in the United States and an officer pulls you over, you can get arrested.
Right.
Your car can be taken.
I see your point.
How is that different than,
I still see it's a little bit different because driving without license, you getting a fine. But throwing in a trench, leaving your kids.
I agree. Listen, I agree. But the point is that if you're gonna fight an officer, be prepared to get hit back.
Yeah. And by the way, that enlistment to go, at some point they did it, so you need to have in that recruitment office and do it every 6 months. And that's actually take a long time. First of all, you spend the whole fucking day, and you need to work. And it's your own expense, nobody paying for it. That's
listen, I understand.
It's uncomfortable. Plus, you go there and you go to recruitment to extend your delay from the army. But you're getting
It
risky.
depends.
You're risking to get recruited into the army. You're risking. So people
But it,
don't go there afraid.
but
Okay,
it depends.
enough. I have a question. I understand your
Yeah.
point, but it's much more complicated. So I have a question for you. So you said you're Jewish, and I see Star of David. But in your Star of David is somebody's portrait, which
Yeah.
I'm afraid to say, but it's resembling me Ukrainian nationalistic, I guess, a hero for some people. For me, it's not. He's not hero. Bandera. Is it right, or it's?
Yep. That's right.
And Bandera was. Again, I don't know history that much, but I believe Bandera was killing Jews in Ukraine. Let me check it. Did Bandera kill Jews in Ukraine? Let me check it. And again, I'm asking some Jewish kind of a questions, which
No, that's fine.
I'm not trying to
That's
be
fine.
anti-Semitic or
No,
anti-Ukrainian
no,
or
that's fine.
nationalistic.
That's fine. I
But
just gotta find something.
did Bandera kill Jews? And you know what? Artificial intelligence fail on these questions. It's too provocative. Here we go. Censorship is working. I'm not getting
I just gotta
answer.
find it.
I'm not getting answer in Grok.
Hold on. I will answer. I will answer your question
Let me ask
in just
ChatGPT
one
while we're
second.
talking. So basically my question, is it not too controversial for Jewish person to have Bandera inside of the Star of
No,
David?
not at all. And I will answer in the matter of. Give me just one sec. I gotta find where it states that. Um,
Okay, so I got answer from ChatGPT fast. So Bandera personally didn't kill Jews, yeah? Well, there is no evidence. But his organization, Ukrainian Nationals, OUN, Organization of Ukrainian Nationalists, and their military wing UPA involved in violence against Jews during World War II, particularly in 1941. So they actually sent them contra pogroms, Lviv pogroms, rounding Jews for execution by Nazi, local violence against Jewish civilians, and I believe even was a movie about that, that Hollywood movie with that actor that also he plays a James Bond, the same actor. Okay, so listen, long list of, okay, ChatGPT give me huge long list of crimes against Jews by Bandera's organization. Okay, so how come you put him into the Star of David, being Jewish?
Okay. So if you read his biography, right?
I didn't. I read on Wikipedia.
So did I, right? It's Wikipedia. He killed the Germans. He killed the Soviets or communists in states, and he killed Jews that were responsible, that brought communists to Ukraine. And it actually states that he did not kill Jews because they were Jewish. He killed them because they were responsible for bringing Communist Party to. So
Soviet
he killed
Russia.
specific.
That time it was Soviet Russia. Yeah, I see the point.
Ukraine.
Yeah, and a lot of leaders of leaders of communist parties was Jews. So Lenin was a half Jew. Stalin, Jugashvili, his last name was Jugashvili. So obviously a Jew.
So he didn't kill, like, he didn't go into a house and said, "Who is Jewish? Now I'm gonna kill you."
Yeah. He didn't do it personally.
He found specific people that were responsible, and it just happens that they are Jewish. So he killed those people.
Okay. And which terrible. So again, why his portrait in Star of David?
So if you are pro-Ukrainian today in this war, you are Bandera, according to the Russian. That's my response to that.
Yes. Yeah, so if you, no, not necessarily, there are a lot of pro-Ukrainians who are not Bandera, not supporting Bandera. There are Jews in Ukraine who are very pro-Ukrainian, but they are not pro-Bandera, definitely.
Right, but
And there are communists in Ukraine who are, like you mentioned, you just said that communist was also persecuted by Bandera.
Yep.
So there are communists or former communists in Ukraine or people who have communist parents. They are also pro-Ukrainians, but they're definitely not pro-Bandera.
Because they wouldn't be a pro-communist, because communist and Stepan Bandera, they were in war between each other.
Yeah.
They fought each other, so
Yeah.
it would contradict if one would support another.
Yeah. Okay, okay, so he killed Jews who support communists because they brought communism to Ukraine. So how is that putting him into Jewish star? Okay. He did it not himself, not directly, he did it for some reason, even that it's somewhat justifiable reason. I still kind of...
Well, that's my answer to the Russian propaganda. If you want to call, if you can say that if you support Ukraine, you're Bandera. So that's my answer. I support
if
Ukraine.
You support Ukraine, that you're Bandera.
Yes.
Oh, I see. I got the point. So you support... I see. You know, yeah, a lot of Russian it's a whole other subject. I mean, I criticize Russia a lot. This is such a, I heard that. This is such a stupid shit. They say a lot of stupid shit too. If you're supporting Ukraine, you Bandera, that is such a stupid shit. They do say that. Some of them.
Yes, yeah. And I also eat small little Russian children.
They also what?
I also eat small little Russian children.
Drinking blood of Christian kids, right?
Yes.
Drinking blood of Christian kids. Yes. Well, it's probably, it's actually common. It's not specifically Russian propaganda. It's let's say anti-Jewish propaganda because of that blood-sucking ritual, right?
Have you? Let me ask you this. So you talk about Bandera, you talk about the war, but have you listened to Russian president making his speeches and Hitler's speeches?
You know what, I really not follow that much. I know it was something. I didn't listen.
Ask ChatGPT how are Putin's speeches reflect Hitler's speeches.
No, it's...
how much does it reflect?
I'm sure there are some. Recently I had a conversation about this Mamdani, New York, new mayor of New York, Mamdani, I forget his last name. And apparently his speeches have like resemblance to speeches of Hitler. Yeah, so yeah, I just did the ChatGPT. Yeah, there are a lot of there are at least, it gave me like at least six points that are very similar. Protection of ethnic kin, yeah, protection of Russian, protection of German, claiming borders artificial neighbors, not real nations, yeah. Portraying the enemy government as run by extremists, yeah.
So remember when I said that we should look at the history,
Yeah.
the speeches.
Dehumanizing
The
language.
speeches
Yeah.
reflect.
Mystic historic destiny.
They
But
did
yeah.
not. They did not create anything. They copyright. If there was a way to file a lawsuit against a copyright speech against Russia,
Hitler would
Germany
win.
would win. Germany would
Hitler
win
would
that.
win.
So
Yeah.
how can you say we need to end this war right now, the way it is now, if even the speeches reflect?
I don't give a shit about speeches. I care about Ukrainian people live. I want Ukrainian people to live. And I have relatives. I have relatives, including really
So do I.
old relatives, who, if war will not stop, they will die.
They will die either way.
I don't want them to die without seeing me.
Did
And
you
I cannot
see
go
a
on Ukraine because
Hold on. Did you see a Ukrainian soldier standing smoking a cigarette and being shot by a Russian soldier?
I don't want them to
Because
be
he said-
shot. I don't want them to be.
Because he said glory to Ukraine.
I saw that.
Have you
I don't want
seen-
anybody being shot anymore.
Have you seen what Russian soldiers do to the POWs of Ukraine?
Terrible,
So how
terrible
can you
military
say-
crime.
So what do you think? Have you not seen Bucha?
Yes, I mean, I not
So
personally, but
what do you
I
think
read
is
in
gonna
it.
happen to? What do you think is gonna happen to your younger female relative when Russian?
Actually, one of my younger
Soldier
female relatives
walks
from Bucha. I have relatives who live in Bucha, like right now, and they live during occupation. So listen, it's not a reason to continue the war. So former crime.
They are going to
I want this
kill.
crime to be punished. Listen, I want this crimes to be
How?
punished. But I don't want people more dying, because you are saying that they should die because it was a military crime. And I'm
didn't
saying
say
no,
they
they
should
should
die.
not die. They should
But-
live.
Listen, you're saying you want the Punisher to be punished, right?
But
You-
that's number
But
two
then-
priority. Number one priority, I want Ukrainians to live,
Okay,
to survive.
but for the Punisher to be punished and not to be uprisen, right? We
I
have
don't know
to
this
do.
word.
Okay, so upright. It's given uplifting someone, right? Upright.
Prison, rebellion has risen up.
So
Okay,
it's saying lifting someone higher, right? Look at what this proposition says. It says
Ukrainian
Russia
approach.
Russia will rejoin G7 and they'll be G8. Russia will be given their money back. Russia will be put back in all the economy. Russia will be given all of this stuff, and what will Ukraine get? Nothing.
Ukraine will get 100,000
No,
of
they
billion
will
from
not.
Russia, and actually
Yes,
Europe
but-
will throw another 100k, and I'm sure United States
Okay.
will throw another
But the
100k,
reason
100
who
billion.
spends that money, it says that that money will go to United States, and United States will determine how to spend that money in Ukraine.
And you know what? That's good, because if Ukrainian government will determine,
okay.
they steal all
In
everything.
a way, I agree. In a way, I agree. But what will Ukraine really get? They will get pennies.
I don't care. I want Ukrainian to live. Okay, so listen, I just want to finish this conversation because it's taking too long, and I think we reached a good point. You explain what your opinion. I disagree. I explain my opinion. We disagree with each other, but I think it's a good conversation. Yeah, I see some controversial subject on roof of your on top of your under your ceiling. It's unusual.
It's not
But
controversial.
listen.
Watch. There's nothing controversial.
We already discussed it. I think it's controversial. You said it's fine.
How so? How so?
We already discussed it. We already
No, no, no,
discussed
no, no,
it.
no.
Done. Done.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I want to finish this. Hold on, I want to finish this. How is this controversial? Russia says if you support Ukraine, you're a vendetta, right?
Mhm.
So this is my kind of spit in their face saying, you say it, here you go, I spit in your face. And I'm Jewish.
Mhm.
They're saying that Bandera killed a bunch of Jews. I'm saying he didn't. And if he did,
Oh yeah, I see. There is a Jude Bandera. There is like Jews Bandera. So you like Jew Bandera. You Jew Bandera. I got it. I got it. I got it. So it's kind of yeah. It's a kind of sarcastic joke. Sarcastic joke. I'm taking it too serious.
Finally, you get it.
It's kind of serious for me. Yeah. Well, listen. I recently had personal kind of. Let's call it strong conversation with. I have very close Jewish friends, and I had very strong conversation very recently. That's why this subject is extremely sensitive for me. So I wouldn't personally combine it, but I understand what you mean. Hey, I have to go. Thank you for your conversation. You have a good evening or morning. You have a good day.
Okay.
Bye.
Well, glory to Ukraine.